gentlemen, we're broadcasting worldwide, and we are live. Already, hard to believe, the 30th day of November, 2014 on this live Sunday edition. I'm your host, Alex Jones. We'll be here as we are every Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I intend to open the phones up throughout really the last two-thirds of the transmission, from the bottom of the hour forward. And I intend to try to be disciplined, which everybody knows I'm not, to go over as much news as possible. There is just so much here to talk about. I live in Austin, Texas, where a few days ago we had somebody at 2:22 a.m., we know his name, McWilliams, running around shooting up the police station, the Mexican consulate, and the federal building. And folks want to know my take on that. Well, I'll give you my take on that event. Slain Austin shooter likely had anti-government motive and was against open borders. That's what they're saying is likely. I saw some online videos of him training with ninja swords and stuff, and he fits the same MO as this guy on the East Coast that killed one cop and was hunting others, who was obsessed with video games. I just think these are mentally ill people. That said, they're still dangerous. In fact, more dangerous because you don't really know when they're going to strike. But I want to tie that in, his so-called protest, to Ferguson, because I think both incidences of violence are illegitimate. And I got a lot of heat from the, quote, black community last week for criticizing shooting at police and firefighters and shooting up their vehicles and shooting two cops, and FBI agents got shot, and all sorts of stuff happened. That makes protesting look bad. And Time magazine came out and said, violent riots necessary, close quote. What, burning down your own neighborhood? So here's the big question. When is it right to have a violent revolution? And then who do you target? We're going to have the big kahuna discussion today, and we're going to have it tomorrow, because this country's on the edge of a staged civil war, and I'm here to try to stop it. And people say, well, it shows you work for the system. You want to stop the overthrow of these people, these pigs and all the rest of it. The pigs, as you call them, are being manipulated by the globalists just like we are, and they're people just like us, and it's a giant psyop I've been warning about for years. The globalists need us divided and conquered. They want to have us fight with low-level people making $50,000 a year. Some of them a lot less. Some of them more. Who I know on average do not have a bad motive against the American people. Are they doing twisted jobs? Are they doing things that are unconstitutional? Yes. Are there ways to fix it constitutionally? Yes. Is a giant shootout with the police the answer? No, no, no. The globalists want that, and everything they're doing is trying to kick that off. I have an article here in my stack where the Supreme Court overturned Texas taking blood with these fake rubber stamp warrants. I'm no constitutional lawyer, though I interview a lot of them. But I knew that was unconstitutional. And now it's been overturned. Texas High Court rules warrantless blood draw is unconstitutional. That's the good news right there. That's in the Associated Press. So there's some good news. I mean, I heard folks back when this started saying, any cop tries to take my blood without a warrant, I'm going to blast them. That's not going to help the situation. Suing is. Did that cop pass that law? Sure, he probably shouldn't follow unconstitutional orders, but you can't hang the ultimate responsibility on him and say he deserves to get shot because of that. It's up to us to use the system to try to fix it. And then, if we take over the state capitals legally and lawfully and start winning, and criminals in government stage some big event and try to round folks up, then you got to defend yourself, and you got a right to march on them like 1776. But only when they come to take the guns like Lexington and Concord, then you're in the right. You don't want a war, but if they want one, let it start here today. Stations, in fact, more stations carry us taped than even carry us live. I want to say hi to over 100 affiliates that pick up the Sunday transmission, and to the 180 affiliates or so that pick up the weekday broadcast, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. The news websites are Infowars.com, prisonplanet.com and prisonplanet.tv. Well, where to start here? Where to start? Well, we're going to look at this headline. Time magazine columnist, violent riots necessary. That's from Time magazine. Also, CNN is lying when they say Ferguson protesters were peaceful. Another key report. Feds enable arsonists, target oath keepers protecting Ferguson businesses. It's all on video. Exclusive to InfoWars Nightly News last Friday night. Dana Carvey, the comic, says they're afraid to joke about Obama in the political correctness of America, and he's not even a conservative. That's just some of the news coming up on the Ferguson and police state front. We're going to tie that in to the downtown shooting a couple days ago. Friday morning, right after Thanksgiving, this 49-year-old gentleman, Larry Stephen McWilliams, shot up the Austin Police Department, the Mexican consulate, and the federal building. And one of our listeners sent in a photo of a bank that was shot up, too, but I didn't see that in the news. And without really showing evidence, but it may be true, it probably is, who knows, you know, the MO fits, that he was anti-open borders. And they had the Oklahoma senator last week warn of violence on that front. Here's what I want to do front and center before I get into the economic news, airstrikes marking shift in coalition focus to ISIS and what they call their capital. Netflix CEO says broadcast TV will be dead by 2030. I think it'll be quicker than that. A UN torture watchdog urges U.S. crackdown on police brutality. Globalists exploit ISIS threat to empower UN. We're going to talk about the UN today. I want to tie Black Friday in to kind of the lottery ticket mentality that I see in the culture out there that the social engineers are using to great effect. Obama was a big lottery ticket to the Democrats. They thought they were going to get this big super deal putting him to office, free gas, free cars, free homes. You've seen and heard the clips. Oh, thank you, Mr. President. I won't have to worry about my gas, my car, my home. It'll all be free. And he'd say, that's right. That's right. You're going to get that. Wouldn't say, sorry, we can't take from somebody and give to you to that level. So we're going to tie that into Black Friday because here's the deal. We have the articles up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, but anybody can just search the term Black Friday as a fraud. You'll get mainline news admitting it's some of the worst deals of the year. Some states have no sales tax on that day. That is when it's really a good deal. When the state cuts off sales tax, that is, you can believe that's a good day to go shop for stuff you need. And I'm not against commerce and sales. That's what a vibrant economy has. I'm not against consumerism for quality, but mindless consumerism, I'm totally against. And that's what Black Friday is. As a merchant, as someone that sells and develops products very successfully, I know what specials and deals are. And Black Friday is always very upsetting because the scam with Walmart and Target and the rest of them is they raise the prices the week before, they drop them that day, and you don't get a discount. We don't do that at InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsStore.com, whether it's books, T-shirts, high-quality supplements, water filters, dash cams, shortwave radios. We really are giving free shipping on a whole bunch of our products and 20% off. We really are giving buy 4, get 1 free with colloidal silver and free shipping. Our brand of colloidal silver is from the biggest lab in the country that supplies the biggest organic food company. Everybody knows their name. They're based here in Austin. Ours is private labeled, same stuff that they get private labeled for them. And ours is $5 to $10 less on average. Sometimes they have sales. We did 20% off and free shipping on top of already being on average $5+ lower. That's Black Friday. And that's free market. We don't fund ourselves like MSNBC and NPR with taxpayer money. As you know, I say it like a parrot because it's true. And I'm doing a plug here while I illustrate Black Friday, but that's going to come up at the bottom of the next hour. I've got some articles, some research, some data. I've made some claims. I'm going to go over it and show it to you. Because if you're a TV viewer, you can see it all at Infowars.com/show, where we have free video feeds of the radio show, so you can follow along. If not, you can go to Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com and see the articles we're covering. Or just, when I say a term, just put it in a search engine. Don't believe a word I say. Black Friday's a scam. Look it up for yourself. Even Forbes and AP admit that it's not the best day to shop. And I'm not bashing it. We use it to fund ourselves because folks are ready to buy on that day. We make record profits as free market people during this period, but we really give you a good deal. I just can't imagine, like, jacking something up to $40 the day before and then lowering it to $30, the regular price, and calling it a special. I mean, that's just one of the things they do. It's very annoying. Very annoying. And I just don't like it. Yeah, there's a Black Friday example on TV right there. Where on Black Friday it was $29.94. You pull the tag off, it was $24.94. Yeah, a lot of companies actually raise prices on Black Friday. Oh, that's enough. Please, please, please. Yeah, Old Navy marks up before Black Friday. 50% markup. There's an article on that. We're going to get to it later, though. I'm going to print a bunch of articles off and go over it. All I'm saying is don't get scammed, don't get bamboozled when Obama gets up there and says, we're going to shut off coal power plants and give you cheaper energy. You know, it's going to increase your prices. Or if you have a business, you didn't build that. I mean, that's a fraud. Or we're going to give you free health care. Or if you already have it, cut your rate to the price of a phone or cable bill. Did that happen? No, it didn't. So it's this bamboozle mindset society. But when we come back, I'm going to really get serious and get focused here. Because to me, the guy that shot up the police station and the Mexican consulate in the federal building is really no different, the white guy, than the predominantly black people led by Democratic Party operatives on record. I mean, that's who's calling for the violence, communist groups and others, to go out and burn down black neighborhoods in protest. And then if you're against burning down a black neighborhood in protest, whether you're right or wrong, I think Mr. Brown's the wrong guy to protest about. I think he's a thug from the evidence, and the cop told the truth. But I'm not anti-black person because I'm against shooting fire department people and police and shooting up their vehicles and burning down houses. I don't want anarchy. I'm not an anarchist. But let me tell you, if you're under